Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the handover ceremony. My name is Fukio Hayashi, and I have the honor of serving as your host. As announced by Her Excellency, Ms. Sariha Belem Moya Angro, Minister of Economy and Finance of Ecuador, at the opening of the forum, Ecuador will host the 2026 International Mayors Forum. With gratitude for the opportunity to host you in the city, we now mark the symbolic handover to our next host in Ecuador. I'd like to invite the Honorable Toshihiko Oda, Mayor of the city, to deliver brief handover remarks. Mr. Oda, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. We are delighted to welcome His Excellency César Montaño Huerta, Ambassador of Ecuador to Japan, to the International Mayors Forum and Handover Ceremony. Now, we would like to pass the baton of this important mission received from Jakarta, Indonesia, to Ecuador. The International Mayors Forum began in Vientiane, Laos in 2017 with participation from numerous local government leaders worldwide. The forum enables the sharing of diverse social, economics, and environmental challenges, strengths, and unique best practice specific to each city, thereby providing a variety of perspectives for international discussion. The SDGs are global challenges, but the issues faced by each region and organization differ. Through localization, vague global goals can be translated into concrete objectives and indicators tailored to local contexts. By sharing our respective insights and experiences, we can engage in thoughtful and productive dialogue. Through networking, we can build cooperative relationships. I believe it is crucial to continuously carry out and develop this important International Mayors Forum toward 2030 and beyond. Cities of different sizes, different cultural and historical backgrounds, and different geographical conditions come together to discuss shared goals for sustainable development, precisely because we possess the common languages of the SDGs. I hope that the next forum will also feature lively discussions and that we will make progress towards implementing the 2030 agenda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oda. Honorable Mayor Oda will now hand over the United Nations flags as a symbol of the International Mayors Forum to His Excellency Mr. César Augusto Montaño Huerta, Ambassador of Ecuador to Japan, representing next year's host city. We kindly invite His Excellency Ambassador Montaño to the stage. Please give a big round of applause. I now invite His Excellency Ambassador César Augusto Montaño Huerta to deliver the handover address and commitment remarks at the incoming host. Ambassador Walter, the floor is yours. Thank you very much. So from now,
Thank you so much. Mr. Toshihiko Ota, Mayor of Toyota City, distinguished mayors, representatives of the United Nations Agency, honorable delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start extending my congratulations to the organizers for the great success of the 2025 International Mayors Forum. We had the opportunity to exchange and learn these days from incredible experiences delivered by many mayors from around the world, agencies, and the private sector. Thank you so much to all the officers of UNDESA, UN Habitat, UNOSD, UNOSD, and other important UN agencies. Aichi Prefecture, of course, and most of all to Toyota City, through its mayor, his team, volunteers, and the people of this beautiful city for hosting this forum. As my Minister of Economy and Finance, Sarija Moya, mentioned at the opening ceremony, Ecuador values this International Mayors Forum as a vital space for dialogue where global and local leaders come together to accelerate action for more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable future. Ecuador has placed the SDGs at the center of public policy, guiding decisions in economic management, social protection, and environmental stewardship. In the achievement of those goals, as it was widely explained by the mayors to whom I extend my deepest admiration for the work that municipalities play a decisive role in advancing access to clean energy, promoting circular economy initiatives, fostering inclusive local economies, particularly in vulnerable and rural areas, risk management, climate change, resilience, disaster prevention, among others. We are very honored to be host country of the next edition of the International Majors Forum in 2026, and we extend our heartfelt invitation to all of you to join us in Ecuador. We will continue the dialogue that began here in Toyota City, advancing our shared vision of resilient, green, and inclusive cities. Let me tell you, Mr. Major Ota, that the hurdle that Toyota City has left after this forum is very high to Ecuador. We will give our most efforts in order to balance the kindness and amazing manifestations that we receive from you and the citizens of Toyota City. In a timely manner, we will inform to all of you about the Ecuadorian city that will host next year's forum. Certainly, the example of Toyota City being a regional city and the prosperous capital of one of the leading brands in the world will be taken into consideration. Mr. Major, you are very much invited to come to Ecuador, please. It's not that far away, believe it or not. Once again, welcome to Ecuador, the country of the four wars, the origin of cacao 5,000 years ago. Many thanks again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Welder, for your remarks and sharing the beautiful video of Ecuador. Now we will begin the closing ceremony. We will first invite three distinguished speakers to deliver concluding remarks. To begin, I'd like to invite Honorable Mayor Mohamed Amro of Dura Municipality of Palestine. Honorable Mayor Amro, the floor is yours.
Good morning, good afternoon for all. I am Mohanad Amro from Palestine, the Dura Municipality, the mayor of Dura Municipality. It is a real honor to be here today representing Dura Municipality in Palestine, a city like many other Palestinian cities that faces serious risks and daily challenges arising from among the ongoing occupations and its political, social, economic, and security impacts. Yet continues to move forward with determination, vision, and hope. In Palestine, leading a municipality is more than just administration. It's an act of patience, creativity, and faith in people. Every project, every street, and every service we provide shows that local leadership can turn struggle into progress and build hope for a better tomorrow. A vibrant city, Dura, located about 30 kilometers southwest of Jerusalem, and Al-Aqsa Mosque, where history, community, and resilience comes together. Allow me to share a short video about Dura.
As a Canaanite city steeped in history and civilization, Dura stands proudly on the mountains of the Hebron Governorate in Palestine, overlooking the coastal plain that extends to the sea in the west and Beersheba in the south. Its strategic location has made it a historical trade route and an urban center for the surrounding areas. The area of the city of Dura was 240,000 dunams. Despite the occupation of much of its land, has maintained its Canaanite Palestinian identity, resisting any attempt to erase its heritage. Its story is intertwined with the broader narrative of Palestine, reflecting the setbacks and injustices of occupation. The municipality of Dura was established in 1967 and includes 43 rural and urban communities, as well as the refugee camp of Al-Fawar. The city's population is around 115,000. The archaeological sites in Dura tell tales of civilizations, showcasing the greatness of the place. The museum is adorned with the imprints of heritage and artifacts, displaying the ancient architecture and rich heritage of the region. The gardens, public and private pools in Dura, reflect the convergence of history, civilization, and nature, making it a favored destination for families from across the West Bank. Traditional Palestinian elements, such as embroidered clothing, the kufiya, dabke dance, poetic performances, and traditional foods, showcase the Palestinian narrative in all its details. Wandering through Dura, its structures stand proudly on the horizon, and its lively streets host schools, universities, commercial centers, restaurants, mosques, and various government services. A group of artists and sculptors in Dura has dedicated themselves to creating murals that narrate authentic struggles. At the entrance of Dura, murals like the Palestinian Dream and Mahmoud Darwish welcome visitors, telling the story of genuine resistance. Dura's cultural and economic identity is evident in its flourishing agriculture and livestock sectors, and the interest of the people of the city in this. Agricultural greenhouses, nurseries, livestock farms, and poultry farms, complemented by the fertility of the land and diverse terrain, widespread water sources. The industrial sector plays a significant role in Dura's economic development, with supportive infrastructure, vast lands, and a workforce. The city is also known for its craft industries and commercial activities, contributing to local pride and a source of honor for its residents and visitors. The municipality of Dura has invested in resilient and sustainable infrastructure, improving roads, water, and electricity networks throughout the city. It recently initiated the construction of a sewage treatment plant and sewage networks for agricultural and industrial reuse. Education is a priority in Dura, with its schools striving to empower students for a promising future. The city hosts a branch of Al-Quds Open University and a branch of Al-Quds University Abu Dis for postgraduate studies, all of which aim to develop the skills of researchers in various fields. In the health sector, the opening of the first government hospital equipped with all facilities in Dura is a significant milestone for the West Bank residents. Dura's sports scene is dominated by the impressive Houari Boumediene Stadium, with a capacity of over 18,000 spectators, hosting official matches and sports activities. It also features multiple halls for various events. The Martyrs of Dura Cultural Center hosts literary and artistic activities for several Dura institutions. The interconnected social fabric of the city reflects a strong commitment to collective work and community participation, involving women, children, people with disabilities, youth, and the elderly. Associations and volunteer committees work tirelessly to develop their capacities and utilize their skills and experiences. Specialized centers provide therapy and care for people with disabilities to integrate them into society. The youth in Dura have a significant role, demonstrated by the municipality's formation of an elected youth council, where they express their opinions and aspirations, participating in service and developmental work and decision-making. Despite the changes in nations, eras, and civilizations on this land, it still remains a witness to the authenticity of the narrative. Dura continues to be a symbol of the honorable heritage of the past and paving the way for a future of prosperity and development.
Thank you. What you have just seen is more than a city. It is the story of people who never give up. In Dura, we turn challenge into opportunities. We produce clean solar energy for schools and public buildings. We are planning and implementing a modern wastewater treatment project to protect the environment and support sustainable agriculture. We are building a modern commercial complex to create jobs and grow our local economy. And we invest in youths, women, children, and persons with disabilities, empowering them to play and achieve role in shaping a better and more inclusive future. These are not just projects. They are acts of hope and dignity. They remind us that even in hard times, sustainability starts with belief. Believe in people, in partnership, and in power of cities to lead change. Ladies and gentlemen, Dura city is like that of many cities around the world. It is cities that dream, build, and serve their people despite challenges. We may not control all our circumstances, but we choose to control our vision. A vision for a greener, fairer, and more human city. Because true sustainability is not measured by budgets or plans, but by the hope we create, the trust we build, and the life we improve. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mayor Amro. Next, I'd like to invite Ms. Odette Uwizeye, Chairperson of the Rwanda Association of Local Government Authorities. Ms. Uwizeye, the floor is yours.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, let me start by appreciating the hosting of Toyota City and Japan. And this is indeed a memorable city that we can't forget. We are very honored to be hosted in this beautiful city. Now it's my pleasure to go through the takeaways of today's sessions. And let me start by appreciating the presenters of today's sessions for having gone through the localization of SDGs in different countries that we are coming from. The Sustainable Development Goals are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all, since they address the global challenges that we do face, including those related to the quality of education, climate change, environmental degradation, gender equality, peace and justice, poverty, inequality, and many others. Those 17 goals are all interconnected, and in order to leave no one behind, it is important that we achieve them all by 2030 or even before. The speakers in today's sessions highlighted that the global progress towards achieving the SDGs by 2030 remain uneven and insufficient at the local level, and that a significant gap exists between the global sustainable development goals and community-level implementations. Therefore, the lack of effective SDGs localization hinders sustainable development efforts. To bridge this gap and accelerate progress, the presenters emphasized on an urgent need to focus on localization of SDGs in order for local governments to play an active role in achieving these objectives. The experience from different presenters indicated their journey in localizing SDGs and highlighted completed and ongoing projects and initiatives to advance progress of achieving SDGs with an emphasis on what has been done so far. For example, on SDG number 3, related to good health and well-being, well-equipped new health infrastructure facilities have been put in place to that effect, and affordable housing for needy people have been constructed. Under SDG 4 on quality education, there was an indication of availability of improved learning infrastructure development, including building schools closer to the community, provision of quality education in teaching and learning process, metaverse classroom, school feeding, and inclusive education opportunities. When it comes to SDG 5 on gender equality, the highlights were on the engagement of women in accelerating finances through cooperatives to ensure that no one is left behind, and women promotion and empowerment was also emphasized. For SDG number 6 on clean water and sanitation, the emphasis was on easy access to clean water and availability of the required infrastructures, and sanitations have been put in place in various areas, including public areas like markets and health centers. For SDG 8 on decent work and economic growth, different work programs and initiatives have been performed and are being implemented with the focus on marginalized groups. Updates on the achievement made so far on SDG 9 about industry, innovation, and infrastructure have been provided with an emphasis on the construction of markets bus, shelter, and roads, just to mention few. On SDG number 10, on reduced inequalities, a lot have been done, such as promoting equal access to education without leaving out the most vulnerable girls and women in rural communities. Scholarships, learning materials have been provided, and the awareness campaign has been organized to keep girls in schools, hence minimizing the level of school dropouts. Skills training and livelihood support for women and youth have been provided to ensure intergenerational involvement and inclusivity in the achievement of SDGs. On SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities, roads have been constructed and its lightening put in place, and in some countries, waste management innovations have been put in place to ensure environmental sustainability. Climate resilience was embedded as a cross-cutting priority. The voluntary local review process are aligned with the strategic plans and emphasized on disaster management, stormwater management, vehicle decongestion, and improved greenery. With all the highlights, local government cannot achieve this milestone alone, and this requires a combined effort of all stakeholders. The role of local government associations in facilitating the SDGs localization has been emphasized. Therefore, while implementing and localizing SDGs, there is a need for a cross-public-private partnerships and involvement of international development partners, expansion of digital inclusion, and capacity development in implementing different socioeconomic activities stated in SDGs, and this is of paramount in this journey, and the political will, of course, will drive this initiative. The application of local online service index was seen to be helpful in data collection and evaluation to inform policies and decision-making on the implementation of SDGs across the globe and share knowledge with local government. Strengthening local statistical capacity, establishing national local data protocols and interoperationalization of and expand use of citizen-generated and spatial data is of importance. Growing voluntary local review and voluntary national review integration is creating a vertical coherence between local implementation and national accountability. In Rwanda, where I'm coming from, we also conducted voluntary local reviews, and the SDGs have been integrated in the National Development Agenda through the National Strategy for Transformation 1 in 2017, and currently we are localizing SDGs under NST2 that will take place from 2024 to 2029, and Vision 2050, and related sector strategic plans, as well as district development strategies, have been put in place to that effect. The entire framework is linked and interdependent, and sector working groups have been put in place to ensure timely implementation of SDGs within our country. As I said, the voluntary national review reports highlights progress made so far on localization of SDGs and actions to be undertaken in response to observed challenges, leaving no one behind. And on SDG number 5, of gender equality, there is a political will at high level, and the policies and frameworks, programs, and initiatives have been put in place to promote gender equality. In my country, 37.1% women are ministers, 62.9% women are in district councils, 33.8% in Senate, and 63.75% in Raw Chamber of Parliament. Each year, districts and Kigali City sign annual performance contracts with His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, to ensure that the national planning framework and international development strategic priorities are taken into account and implemented as required. Monitoring tools are in place. Performance appraisal of districts are done to ensure accountability, transparency, and citizen participation, and this is performed every year. The best 3 districts are always rewarded to encourage others. All in all, by aligning strategic development priorities with SDGs, we should all recognize that sustainable progress begins at the grassroots level, where communities face the real impact of poverty, inequality, and climate change, and where they build their futures. Therefore, there is a need to integrate SDGs targets into districts and county strategic plans and budgets, without forgetting putting in place monitoring tools and establishing multi-sectoral SDGs task force to ensure accountability and long-term resilience. As we have seen in various presentations, and looking at the examples of the programs and initiatives that have been highlighted, effective SDGs localization is possible through strategic prioritization, integration of urban governance, and constant, strong community engagement. It is very necessary for the voluntary local government review process to be used as a planning tool, informing the country's strategic planning and ensuring coordinated long-term actions. Local governments remain committed to transforming global ambitions into realities through voluntary local review. Among the challenges that were highlighted, we should mention data gaps and weak monitoring systems for measuring, monitoring, and evaluating tools to track SDGs localization within our countries, limited human capital and financial resources, lack of standardized frameworks for voluntary local reviews, and inadequate stakeholder engagement. Thank you so much. I appreciate your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Uwizeye. Next, I'd like to invite Honorable Mayor Suzette Mamon of Badiangan of the Philippines. Honorable Mayor Suzette, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I will make it brief and concise so that we can have lunch and go shopping with the Honorable Mayor. Let us give a warm applause to our host, the Honorable Mayor Toshihiko Ota of Toyota City. Thank you very much, arigato, for having us here, for being a hospitable and a very warm reception coming from our delegation from the Philippines, and to the men and women leaders who are participants of this forum. And of course, we have also Mr. Ambassador, His Excellency, César Augusto Montaño Huerta of Ecuador, hoping to see Ecuador next year. And all of us there in Ecuador, thank you for accepting. To the members and the delegation, and to my fellow mayors from the Philippines, there are only two things that we should remember. First, we should remember the story of a bamboo. I know Japan has so many bamboo plants. And the parable of the bamboo is that whenever and however the wind or strong wind will blow, the bamboo will just bend, but will be back to its position. And that's resiliency. Number two, we have the SDGs localization. That is the keyword for this 3-day activity, which is very important as a means of achieving our future of resilient communities. Third, I just want to add, because I came from the local government unit, we local leaders are movers and are front lines in our respective communities. But more than that, we must have the political will. We must strive to be empowered, and we must embrace change in a positive way in our community. And that is very important because the bottom line of all of this is that good governance, transparency, and accountability is a key to development and a key to progress to our respective communities. And while we aspire to create change for the better, we actually do not need big or heroic actions, but in our little ways, but done together and collective efforts on our part, we can have the transformative change in our community. On that note, more power to all of us, leaders of our community. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much. Good luck to all of us.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mayor Suzette. Now we have closing remarks by the organizers. Next, I'd like to invite Honorable Mr. Toshihiko Odette, Mayor of Toyota City.
Good afternoon, Excellencies and distinguished guests. As we include the 2025 International Mayors Forum, I would like to offer a few words on behalf of Toyota City. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all the mayors who traveled here from around the world these past few days, to all the representatives of related organizations, and to the United Nations personnel, city staff, and student volunteers who worked tirelessly to make this forum possible. This forum brought together mayors from diverse regions around the world, urban and rural, development and emerging nations, and coastal and mountainous areas, each representing communities with distinct backgrounds. We have shared the challenges facing our respective regions and exchanged wisdom and experiences for a sustainable future under the common theme of implementing and collaborating on the SDGs, starting from the local level. Reflecting on the discussion over these past few days, the phrase, the power of local community changes the world, truly resonates with me. Whether addressing climate change, transitioning to a circular economy, utilizing local resources, or advancing initiatives through intergenerational cooperation, the key to solution lies within local communities. As the entities closest to our residents, local governments bear the responsibility of safeguarding people's lives and futures. Listening to the presentation by mayors from around the world, I was reminded that each region possesses its own unique culture and wisdom, and that this very diversity is the source of global strength. What these cases have in common is that not only the government, but also citizens, businesses, schools, NPOs, and all other entities in the common community are joining forces to take actions. In our city, as a host of the forum, this forum has provided a valuable opportunity to re-examine our community's future. We believe that the power of change the world begins locally, and that each of us taking actions is the first step towards a truly sustainable society. Through exchanges with visiting mayors from overseas, we aim to broaden our international perspective, rediscover the value of our own community, and further accelerate our efforts toward achieving the SDGs. Through this forum, I strongly felt that while each region faces distinct challenges, we are united under the common goal of building a society that leaves no one behind. I found great hope in the shared determination to look toward the same future and move forward together, transcending differences in languages, cultures, and economic circumstances. We must not let this hope be fleeting. It is our responsibility to sustain the connections forged at this forum and translate them into next steps. Indeed, putting the Toyota Action Plan for Partnership, which was adopted today, into immediate action, it is the path to implementing the 2030 agenda. Going forward, we believe it is essential to translate the discussions held here into action through regular information exchange and interaction among participating cities. We strongly hope that this forum will serve as catalyst for regions to join hands and expand the circle of solidarity that transcends national borders. No matter how far apart we may be, there are like-minded partners around the world. This tangible essence of connection will be our driving force moving forward. We believe that the many more exchanges and encounters made at this forum will develop into the power to change the future of our region. A step taken locally can lead to sustainable development for the entire world. With this conviction in our hearts, we will continue to move forward. In closing, I would like to once again express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has supported this forum. I also wish the heads of states and government from all participating countries continued good health and further development for their respective regions. May the time you spent here become a warm memory that stays with you forever. And may the friendship formed here endure for years to come. We sincerely look forward to welcoming you back to this place again in the near future. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Odette. Next, I'd like to invite Mrs. Kazuko Ishigaki, Regional Director of the UNOSD Regional Office for Asia and the Pacific. Ms. Ishigaki, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Honorable mayors, governors, colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, it's a real pleasure to be among all of you and to have listened to such rich and meaningful discussions. My sincere appreciation to Toyota City, DESA, UNCRD, UNOSD for hosting and organizing this important gathering. Without your dedication, commitment, and real hard work, we couldn't have reached this shining closing session. Thank you very much. This forum offers a vital space for connecting local and regional governments representatives. It's a crucial opportunity to exchange best practices and spotlight the significant contributions and innovative and transformative solutions to truly accelerate SDG implementation. Over the last 3 days, we have heard your voices and engaged in critical conversations on how local and regional governments are driving the localization of the SDGs. I was especially pleased that many mayors and delegates emphasized the importance of communities because UN Habitat Asia Pacific has long promoted people's process, which is a community-centered urban development approach. I would like to emphasize the importance of SDG localization and voluntary local reviews as instruments of transparency and trust, helping cities and regions translate the monitoring into action-oriented, future-looking planning. To support these efforts on the ground, UN Habitat flagship initiative, SDG Cities, integrates services to help cities harness urban solutions and innovations, while offering space for exchange, partnership, and capacity building for local governments worldwide. Especially we support collecting and analyzing data, which were often addressed as major bottleneck by many mayors and representatives. In the last, looking ahead, please allow me to introduce the 13th World Urban Forum next May in Baku, Azerbaijan. Under the theme, Housing the World, Safe and Resilient Cities and Communities, this forum will shine a global spotlight on the urgent need for adequate housing connected with basic services such as waste management, water and sanitation, health and education, which were often intensively discussed in this forum. These are drivers for inclusive and resilient and sustainable urban development. We are committed to ensuring that your voices, your opinions are reflected and heard throughout this World Urban Forum. So we welcome all participants here to join us in Baku. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue to build on this momentum and work together to ensure that every city, towns, and region has the tools, resources, and voice to shape a future that's sustainable, inclusive, and resilient. The path to global transformation runs through local leadership, and the future we want begins with the communities we serve. Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much, Ms. Ishigaki. Next, I'd like to Mr. Chun Kyoo Park, Head UNOSD.
Okay, thank you so much. Excellencies, honorable mayors and governors, and distinguished participants, it is my honor and pleasure to have you here in the beautiful city of Toyota, and also a symbol of innovation and resilience. Let me begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Mayor of Toyota City, Mr. Toshihiko Ota, for graciously hosting this event in the Toyota City to witness the balance between the traditions and cutting-edge technologies. Your leadership and hospitality have made this forum possible and memorable. We'll remember Toyota City in our hearts and return soon, I hope. I would also like to thanks to my colleague, Mr. Shigeo Murata of UNCRD, and Ms. I just said Madam Ishigaki from UN Habitat for your unwavering support and collaboration to make this event possible. To all the excellencies and honorable mayors and forums who traveled great distance to be with us, your presence has obviously enriched our discussions and reaffirmed the global solidarity we need to achieve the SDGs. My special thanks go to Excellency Ashkir from Somalia, our distinguished delegates from Rwanda, India, Pakistan, Nigeria, including Dr. Asia. Dr. Asia, I didn't see her anyway. And Zambia, and governors from Siem Reap, Ulaanbaatar, and many more. In total, we have honorable mayors and participants that numbered 289 from 38 countries. This year, we celebrated the launch of the Toyota Action Plan for Partnerships, and so the unveiling for new voluntary local reviews from Japanese cities, Toyota City, Kamagori City, Nagoya City, and Shiga Prefecture, demonstrating Japan's leadership in SDG localization. We also heard remarkable stories from Indores from India, great bond success, to Tanzania's innovative water infrastructure financing, showing how cities are breaking financing barriers and building resilience through creativity, collaboration, and courage. Let's carry this spirit of Toyota City with us, a spirit of continuous innovation, kaizen, determination, and partnerships. May the ideas shared here turn into actions that transform our community into livable. and continue to the next host country, Ecuador. So Ambassador Montaño, muchas gracias. Once again, in closing, once again, I would like to extend my sincerest gratitude to each and every one of you to participate in this meaningful events and share the very good and excellent insights and experience among us, and also the friendship. We wish you all safe trip back to your home country and continue the success in your journey toward your model of sustainable development. Until we meet again, friends, until again in France in Ecuador. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Park. Next, I'd like to Mr. Shigeo Murata, head of UNCLA. Mr. Murata, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Excellency and honorable governors and the mayors, distinguished delegates, and ladies and gentlemen. As we bring this inspiring forum to close, allow me first to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Ota, mayors of Toyota City, for hosting this remarkable forum with your outstanding leadership and hospitality over the past 3 days. Thank you very much. And also extend my sincere appreciation to all the staff members whose dedicated efforts ensure the smooth operation of this forum. Thank you very much. And I'd like to express my heartfelt appreciation to all of you, our governors, mayors, and partners, for your active engagement. Your presence and contribution have made the 2025 International Mayors Forum a truly remarkable success. Today, we celebrate the formulation of the Toyota Action Plan for Partnerships. This is a milestone outcome that captured the collective aspirations and the commitments of local leaders from around the world. This action plan is not only a symbol of solidarity, it is a living roadmap for cooperation, innovation, and transformation. UNCRD, we are deeply honored to have contributed to this process as part of an organizing team under UNOSD, and alongside our colleagues from the UNOSD and UNPOG, and with the strong support of UN Habitat and the government of Japan, UNCRD will continue to support your implementation of Toyota's Action Plan for Partnerships in your cities and regions through our specialized area of work. Finally, once again, on behalf of UNCRD, I extend our sincere gratitude to Toyota City, our co-organizers, and every participant who made this forum a success. I wish you all safe travels and renewed energy as you continue your vital work for people, planet, and prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Murata. This concludes the 2025 International Mayors Forum. Thanks to everyone's cooperation, our 3 days together were marked by lively discussions, thought-through exchange, and strong partnership. This afternoon, we will proceed with the site visit. Please follow the guidance from forum staff for departure times. With that, we bring this 3 days forum to a close, and we look forward to reconvening in Ecuador in 2026. Safe travels, and thank you.